Sound for animation can be broken down into three basic stages. The first stage is the dialogue record. That's when all the voice actors come in. They're all in at the same time. They all stand at their own microphones, and we go through the whole script, and they do their voices to the script, and we record it all. And then once the whole show has been recorded, we send all that dialogue off to the animation studio for them to animate to. And we'll usually get the fully animated show back in about 6 to 7 months.
We come in and do episodic voice records for the shows. We have myself, the recording engineer. There's usually a voice director, a PA, which keeps track of the different take numbers. And then there's directors, producers, and the actors are all in the booth. And then we say take one, and they start at line one on the script, and they start going through it. And I lift up their faders. Each person has their own microphone, and I have a fader that is assigned to each person. So I start having a dialogue between certain characters who are on microphone 1, 3, and 5, and I make sure that I put up the faders in time, and we capture their performances.
Stage two. Stage two is when we get the fully animated show back in its entirety. And this is where we cut all the sounds to the picture. So we'll start cutting all the sound effects. We'll record the Foley. Foley is like all the footsteps, all the scuffs, all the like rolling on the ground, hand grabs, that kind of stuff. Stuff that's easier to record than it is to cut with a sound effect. We'll also, the music composer will be composing the music, and we'll grab all the dialogue and we'll listen through it, make sure that it's all clean and there's no problems with it, that it's all in sync with the picture. And that's basically stage two. Stage three. Stage three is mixing. This is the final stage. This is where all the elements come together. So the sound effects, the music, the dialogue, the Foley, that all gets mixed together and blended so that we have a final show, final product. It's the mixer's responsibility to blend all those together into a smooth sounding show based on what the producer and director, the feeling that they want to go with. So if they want it music driven, the music's going to be a little bit louder than everything else except for the dialogue. The dialogue is king. Dialogue, you need to hear all the dialogue so that you know what's going on in the show. If they wanted a sound effects based show, then he'll be pushing the sound effects a little bit more than the music. It's all based on what the director and producer want.
For a normal show, it's about a day and a half of mixing, and then sit with the directors and they go through it. That's about another 2 hours or so, and then it's done. Well, I guess you don't really know until directors come and give their opinion, but usually you're pretty close, and it's just more a matter of experience than anything. There's other guidelines that you have to follow. There's electronic levels and meters and stuff, so you have to stay in between. So you do have, limits of what you can do, but for the most part, it's kind of your own taste.
Once the mix is done and everyone's happy, the clients and the producer, director, that final mix, that gets blended down into one sound file that gets sent off to the animation or video house, where they take the final mix and they marry it to the picture, the final picture, and that's your final product. It gets sent off to whatever TV station will be playing it, or the distributor, whoever, and that's sound for animation.
My tongue collection! Don't worry, my pungent pungent little pretties, Mama's gotcha! The least of our problems! My tongue collection! Don't worry, my pungent little pretties, Mama's gotcha!